Hey, what's going on? It's Ryan here with Intersection Records, and we're talking about Bruce Hornsby in his time with the Grateful Dead. Bruce Hornsby is a keyboard player, singer, songwriter. Awesome albums like Spirit Trail and Harbor Lights, Halcyon Days. He's one of my favorite performers to see live because he improvises and takes cover songs into new directions. His jazz influenced style of piano playing is fantastic, and I love him. He started performing with the Grateful Dead a little bit, sitting in like in 1988, and normally when his band The Range would open up for the Grateful Dead, so he'd sit in, maybe play some keys or play some accordion. Well, in July of 1990, unfortunately, keyboard players of Grateful Dead, Brett Midland, died, and they were strapped for continuing and who was going to play. So Vince Welnick was added to the band on keys in September, and Bruce Hornsby was as well. I think Bruce was asked to be a actual member, and he declined because he wanted to take his solo career. The Way It Is and albums like this had been huge hits. He did play in over 100 shows with the Grateful Dead from September of 90 to March of 92. He would sit in beyond that. And he says this really was a career highlight. He does an interview with Music Radar and reveals one of his favorite things he ever did was joining the Grateful Dead. He said the collaboration was the most fun he ever had. The whole scene, he says, the fans playing one song for a couple hours, the people I met, the body of work those guys created, okay, it might not be on par with the Beatles, but it's pretty darn close. He said the great thing was they simply sat me down and said, play whatever you want. There are no rules, no funny looks. If you came in the wrong place, there was no wrong place. It was pure music, and it was wonderful. He said he would not trade his time with the Dead for anything. By the way, subscribe to my channel if you like this content. We talk about the Dead a lot. We talk about classic rock. We talk about some progressive rock and jazz fusion. He did say that the fun touring them did not have the hallucinogenic type of fun that many associate with a band. He said he knew the score. Bear Stanley, the Dead's live sound engineer, and who was known as the Acid King, was still with him, and he was wandering around backstage dropping a little of this and a little of that in the Kool-Aid. He said, but I took Bear to one side and told him, look, this ain't my thing. You dose me and I'm out of here. He noted he was true to his word, not that it stopped the rest of the guys from having a ball up there. So he never did that and tripped out with the guys live, but he did add a lot to the band. Jerry, I think, who was very close to Brent, needed somebody like Bruce. Jerry was depressed after Brent died because they were so tight, and Bruce's professionalism and exquisite playing really propelled Jerry. And if you listen to those bootlegs, they're really energized with the add of Bruce Hornsby. And unfortunately, I think when Bruce left the band, Jerry could go back to his old ways, and he didn't have somebody that he had to impress anymore and try to stay clean for, which I think he did with Bruce. He didn't want to disappoint Bruce, and unfortunately, we know what happened to Jerry in August of 1995. Hornsby has gone on to play with the other ones, and they did the Soldier Field shows in 2015 with the guys. Anyway, that's my show for today on Bruce Hornsby and the Dead. Peace out. See ya.